Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be doing a pick-a-pile reading this evening. And what we're going to be looking at is the next 3 months. So we'll look at March, April, and May. So essentially this is for the spring. So I'm just blessing the cards real quick, clearing the space with some incense. Okay, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you your piles, or I'll show you your crystals, and then you get to pick, okay? All right, so pile number 1, we have this tower, and I think this may be chrysocolla with some ruby inclusions. I know that the pink inclusions are ruby. Green. This is pile number 1. Okay. And pile number 2 is confetti. It's a confetti sunstone. Confetti sunstone tower. See if you can see like the little flashies in there. See? Little confettis. Little flashy. This is pile number 2. Okay, and pile number 3 is a Flourite tower. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I will see you at your reading. Hello pile 1. If you chose the green tower with the ruby inclusions, this is your pile. This is your reading. So I will take the time now to invite Spirit in with so much gratitude and grace, and respectfully request a message for pile number 1. We will be looking at the next 3 months, kind of your current situation right now and what to expect for March, April, and May. Whatever comes out. Okay. This deck is kind of funny. The cardstock is pretty. It's not stiff by any means. It's hard to describe. It's not very slippy. It's pretty grippy. But I really liked it for the springtime theme, and you'll see why when you get to see the cards, okay? Bottom of the deck energy is Page of Swords. So you could be feeling like There could be an undercurrent of energy of wanting to initiate a conversation, or perhaps you've been learning things, kind of in this headspace of, I could learn that, or I could discuss that, or I could, initiate something in that direction with regard to intellect, communication, a new idea, something along those lines. That can also indicate somebody, like either you or somebody else watching you online, or you watching another thing online, or learning things. Okay, so where you are at right now, pile number 1, we have the 4 of Cups. So with the 4 of Cups, you could be in a current situation, or a current kind of headspace of feeling a little disenchanted or bored, or just kind of feeling like a blah kind of feeling. Just not all that happy with your options, or perhaps you're meditating a bit too much, or kind of dwelling on past situations, and not really fully being present with the opportunities that are right in front of you. So that could be something. If you have maybe like a mild depression on, that could be something as well, right? With the 4 of Cups. Okay. So for the month of March, we have the Devil. And I think that with the Devil energy here, and then with the 4 of Cups, that this is an invitation for you to recognize and to really think about the ways in which certain patterns, either internally or externally, like things that you may be engaged in, there could be some sort of codependency or addiction, or even just like fears that come up for you, could very well be holding you back. Maybe like a dwelling kind of energy. Something here about the Devil in the month of March, I just feel like is really holding you back. Okay? Because with the Page of Swords, we have like very much beginner energy, like someone who's just barely beginning to think about stepping into their power in some way. In April, we have the 5 of Wands. So, continuing to struggle, this could be with a group of people, this could be family, friends, or colleagues, and this can be many conflicting ideas between folks on how to go about doing a thing, right? Because wands are action, and if you have a lot of people being like, well, no, let's do it this way, or let's do it this way, or let's do it that way, it can cause conflict, of course. Now, that's an external example. I'm tending to think that, given that the Devil is here, and this very kind of internal energy of this 4 of Cups, because this is like an individual, like this is a private experience. It's like the inner experience of somebody. The 5 of Wands would suggest on an internal level that you could be struggling with many different options on how to go about doing something, okay? And it could be how to go about communication, or how to go about like just your next steps in life, like in order to carry out your plan. Hang on just a second. Looks like I have my laptop plugged in. I'm not too sure why it's saying that. Battery. What? Hang on. Okay, sorry about that, pile 1. Okay, so then month of April, there's some conflict internally or externally on how to move forward, what action to take. And then in the month of May, we have the Magician. So it looks like, just based on the cards that I'm seeing right here, right now, that there could be a struggle as to like how to manifest the thing that you're beginning to think about, that you're beginning to consider. And there could even be some feelings here with the 4 of Cups, a lot of self-doubt when it comes to the Devil, and then the conflicted energy in April. But by the time we get to May, it's like I really see you stepping into your power and really saying like, okay, yeah, like maybe feeling a renewed sense of inspiration or even belief in oneself with regard to whatever it is that you're wanting to do, whatever you're wanting to manifest. So let's go ahead and look at what that is. Okay. Let's go ahead and clarify your current situation with this Four of Cups. What's bumming you out? I really do get the sense that this is something that's just kind of not just your external circumstances that are bumming you out, but the whole embodied experience of being what dysphoric is also what's holding you back. I think it's just kind of a sense of malaise is what's in the way. So it very well may be something external, but I get the sense that what's happening internally is the stronger influence here. Four of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Lovers. That is some beautiful magical energy right there. So whatever it is that's going on here, I believe that the Four of Cups energy in response to this is definitely tied to this. Like, I'm getting the sense just by looking at this that it is it's kind of one of those things of, do I really deserve this? Or, you know, maybe so kind of wrapped up in your own malaise that you could very well be missing out on something that looks quite stable, quite confident and sexy and good and lovely with the Lovers here. And then at the bottom of the deck with that, we have the King of Wands. So, you know, perhaps this is an opportunity of settling down, stepping into a commitment, or not even, maybe not even a commitment, but just like a leveling up here. And then we have a divine pairing with the Queen and the King of Wands. So you or the person that you're dealing with could very well have strong fire in their chart. Let's go ahead and look at the Devil, but it's like, yeah, let's just look at the Devil. That should give us some more information as to why there's this kind of response to that beautiful energy. Let's see. But you will definitely know your situation for sure, pile number one. But let's look at the month of March, the Devil. I get the sense that this is some sort of fear, or maybe a feeling of like you're not good enough, or, you know, is this opportunity really presenting itself to you? And if it is, like, are they just gonna trick you? Like, is it gonna be like Lucy and Charlie Brown with the football or something like that, you know, where like the rug or the football gets pulled out from under you? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and take these, I think. Well, the Queen of Cups and the World and the King of Pentacles wanted to pop out, okay? I'm not gonna do the jumpers, hang on. Ace of Pentacles, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So this tells me that you are very well aware of this opportunity here. So with the Four of Cups, there's a Three of Cups on this in front of the person, and there's a fourth cup being handed to the person by the hand of fate. And the person in the Four of Cups is so kind of caught up in their own malaise, or like kind of reverie about, well, stuff didn't work out in the past, why, you know, and they're just kind of like missing it, right? And so with this Devil energy, I feel like that's influencing that. And so Ace of Pentacles, Tower, and the Wheel of Fortune, this says to me that there's a desire here to plant this new seed. Now, Pentacles are seeds for the long term. It's like a steady, sturdy investment. And this is something that one knows they would have to nurture. This is an investment that one knows would like have time and dedication and nurturance invested into it, right? Now, given the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, I get the sense that this Devil energy is saying, well, you know, if you invest in that, I mean, just think of all the past times. It won't be long till this cycle, or it won't be long until this thing that you have is going to come back around and knock this down, you know. This Devil, I feel like, is telling you, you can't do this. You're not capable of doing this. Think of all the times you fucked it up in the past. Stuff like that. Like, that's what the Devil is saying, okay? And so, yeah. That's what the Devil is saying, is like, you think you're going to try that again? Huh. Remember what happened last time? Because this is an opportunity. This is a new opportunity with the Ace, and then with this Four of Cups, with that, because embedded in the Four of Cups is the Ace of Cups, because it's the hand presenting the cup. Let's go ahead and look at the What to Do card, because that's where the struggle is in April. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, the Devil again. There's a lot of fear, and like even a lot of, okay, so there's a lot of fear here. There's a lot of stinking thinking, you know, when it comes to what you're capable of, okay? I mean, and there very well could be an element of, you know, knowing yourself. At the same time, I feel like you're kind of cutting yourself off at the pass, because with the Five of Wands, we have Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and the Devil. And the Ten of Swords is right underneath the Tower. And the Devil is right underneath the Wheel of Fortune. So that totally plays into the narrative of, oh, well, you better watch out. This wheel's going to turn again, and then when it turns, guess who's going to pop up? You know, guess what's going to happen? And I don't know what you're dealing with. I don't know what skeletons are in your closet, or what kind of fears you got. I mean, because I get the sense that, I mean, this is definitely based on history, because the Wheel of Fortune is here. And I get the sense that the big fear is that this whatever the devil represents to you is going to rear its ugly head again. And the ending is going to be painful. The way the ending was an ending was very painful in the past. This typically means betrayal. Whether you were betrayed or somebody else, whether you were betrayed or you betrayed another person, remains to be seen. That could very well be your devil energy, right? Like maybe you have a really hard time, being faithful. That could be it too. Because of the Five of Wands is like, wands are also passionate, and King of Wands is a very passionate, and King and Queen of Wands, very passionate figures, right? Very passionate. And also, fire can be quite impulsive. Fire can be impulsive. So I definitely see like the internal struggle here with you guys, pile number one. But, this is definitely a beautiful opportunity. And I will say this, given that you have a conscious awareness of this. And with the Two of Pentacles here, that's attached to the Five of Wands. Are like, okay, there's like so many options on what to do, so many options on what action to take. And, with that, it's like you're also considering another part of that of course plays into that is all the different like things that you have going on. Like look at this figure, right? Juggling while also standing on one foot on a log. Okay? And it's like, then there's this loyal figure in here. There's a little dog, little domestic little dog in the back. Sweet little chocolate lab, bringing the lunch. See? Bringing the lunch. So it's like this, you're super busy. So then you're needing to have like, a faithful companion. It's like you can't even leave and step off this log to go grab some lunch. Like you need to have a faithful companion come and bring you lunch. And it's like, then there are these ships in the back, and the waters though. The waters are interesting. The waves aren't huge. The waters are relatively calm. So this also suggests like as you're doing these things, you are able to do it. Like you're struggling, you're keeping everything in the air, but you're able to do it, right? But this dynamic, like this could be just like how you got your life going right now. So that's definitely playing into this. Perhaps another aspect of the devil energy is allowing oneself to take a break, right? Because you're perfectly well within your right to get off the log and put down the pentacles for a little bit to go grab your own lunch, to go take a lunch break. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. There could be some possible, I don't know, I don't see too many other pentacles, so I don't want to go as far as to say workaholism, but, there's definitely a busyness. And with this, you could very well be keeping yourself busy so as to avoid dealing with this, because that's the other aspect of the Four of Cups, is that they don't want to pay attention to, or they're so much so kind of absorbed in their own experience that they're missing it, like the hand of fate's handing it and they're missing it. But you are definitely aware of it. You're just not turning your attention towards it. And I think when you do turn your attention towards it, that's where the devil energy also rears its ugly head, because it's like the fears come in and the anxiety comes in, and just like this whole like, well, what if I fuck this up comes in again. Pardon my language, but I just, that's how the message is coming through for me. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the month of May. Look at the Magician. Because, okay, I will say this, because this just occurred to me as I looked over here. You have what it takes. You have what it takes with this King of Wands energy, because we have a divine pairing here. King and Queen of Wands, stability, the lovers. I mean, that's strong. That's strong energy, right? And that's why I think with this Four of Cups is so, it's pretty weak-willed, you know, and no offense, but in the face of this, for that to be the internal experience happening for this person or this person here, but I'm going to say this person, is like definitely an illusion. I mean, I feel like that's where the devil energy is. It's feeding your fears and feeding your illusions. Granted, you have experience from your past to support these hypotheses. However, there can also be a consideration around if the tower had come down in the past, or not even if, but when it did, how did you build yourself back up? And what kind of foundation did you put underneath you to make you stronger? Really considering that in the face of this devil energy, because the devil energy will keep you stuck every time. The devil energy wants you to stay stuck, wants you to stay juggling on the log, wants you to stay sitting in a harumph energy underneath the tree, all the things, okay? And that can be a pretty, well, I do see you as a pretty formidable opponent to that. So let's see what you got stepping into your magician energy here by the month of May. Are you going to see yourself as that King or Queen of Wands? As the formidable opponent to the devil energy? Let's look. That's definitely the invitation. That's the invitation. You definitely have work. You have some things to reflect on. This is a very strong invitation to reflect on your past towers, your past investments, your past pain with the betrayal and your fears. Okay. Eight of Wands, Four of Cups, Knight of Wands, interesting. Two of Cups at the bottom, Ace of Cups beneath that, Ten of Cups beneath that. Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. So it makes me wonder, okay. With the magician energy, in the month of May, this suggests getting clear on your manifestation, okay? And communicating. There's communication, there's travel, there's messages. You know, the Eight of Wands is fast, swift-moving messages. And the Knight of Wands is also a fast-moving energy. And in between that, we have the Four of Cups again. So to me, that, because you go from the Lovers and the King and the Queen of Wands with the Four of Wands over here to being in this Four of Cups energy, and then kind of backsliding, I guess you could say, into the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So what also could be a part of this here is you could be dissatisfied with your current, I mean, because this could be a current relationship, right? A very, very current relationship. And you're dissatisfied with it. And the Devil energy could be the fear about actually having it come down. This could be a self-imposed tower with planting the new seed. I was totally going somewhere, like not entirely somewhere else with this, but like it's interesting how it ended up that way. It definitely brought in a completely, like a twist, definitely a twist on this message, because I was looking at this as a divine pairing. I was seeing this as something very positive. But with the Devil energy, that could be a part of it too. I don't know. There could be some sort of codependency going on. And there's something could be toxic within the relationship. That the tower is coming, or perhaps you're wanting to create a tower. But you know that it will be very painful. And the juggling of the two. Also, this could be very busy, but you very well could be juggling two people, but, you know, pentacles are typically tangible. Interesting. So you could be going from the committed partner of the king, this could even be a marriage, to then having it come down, and then over here having a brand new beginning in love with someone that you're very happy with. Or it could also be you're getting back out there to just date, but with this Ten of Cups here, maybe this is a new person that you'd already met outside of this commitment, and now you're moving, the tower's coming down and you're moving towards that. That's interesting. Very interesting. Pile number 1. Please tell me in the comments if I'm on target with this. I mean, this is very interesting energy. Very interesting energy. This was a twist at the very end. A twist at the very end. So that's one story, okay? Another story could be that after some time to contemplate with the Four of Cups, because it's also contemplation. It's not like the Four of Swords, though. Four of Swords is really going inward and like healing. This almost seems like a solution to being in the doldrums. So there's doldrums here with this relationship. Things shift and change. And then stepping into the Knight of Wands energy. Passionate, inspired, fiery. For that. This was at the bottom of the deck energy. Bottom of the deck energy. Huh. So yeah, I mean, pile number 1, you very well could be contemplating leaving someone for somebody else. Or just leaving someone and then ending up finding somebody else. Because this is the Ace of Cups over here with the Two of Cups. And perhaps this person ends up being your end-all be-all. And with the Lovers is typically a choice. And so, I mean, that is it, you know. And with the King and Queen of Wands, this is an established partnership. You know, kings and queens are typically like, you know, the married couple, you know, as it were. And then this could be your stability, like you're dissatisfied and disharmed, like feeling a sense of malaise with your sense of stability with this person. And the Lovers is a long-term connection, a person that you have learned a lot from, they have learned a lot from you. And, you know, with the Four of Cups, there's stagnancy. That's really interesting. Okay, well, like, take it as it resonates, pile number one, please. Take it as it resonates. I'm really feeling called to pull a surrender card. Oof, excuse me. That's the noises that happen when you when you are older and you get up. Okay, let me look here. Gotta find it. 'Cause that's what's being called here. Okay, I'm gonna pick from the letting go and the surrender. Okay. Okay, let's see. Move this. I'm sitting on my shawl. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. More organized next time. I didn't expect you to throw me such a curveball at the very end here. Interesting read. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's the devil's like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done here. The Wheel of Fortune also speaks of patterns. I mean, this very well could be an opportunity to renew the contract or to renew the commitment over here. And you're like, well, we've done this, and you know, maybe it's hard. Maybe there was a tower moment in this union, and the opportunity to rebuild is just far too painful to do that. And then by the month of May, you're realizing, like, I can't. I'm going to communicate that I'm dissatisfied here and move forward with a renewed sense of vigor. Yeah, perhaps somebody had an affair and it was just too devastating to come back from. That could be it too, because Ten of Swords is commonly a betrayal. Or it could be anything. It could be a pattern that just kept going and going. And given that it's so painful here, it's like death by 1,000 cuts. It's like, how many times are we going to try to plant a new seed within this context when it just comes around again, and then either you or I or both of us are feeling completely, you know, in pain and anguish. That's the other thing too with the Ten of Swords. It's like it's not like you or them hadn't been reflecting on this for a very long time. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Okay. Surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this other deck. This is The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. Very strong. She's the woman who wrote that book, Codependent No More. Feeling good. Today I will let go of my need to be in pain and to suffer through crises. I ask God for assistance in moving as quickly as possible through my sad feelings and problems. I ask for help in experiencing joy, peace, and gratitude every day. I will accept what's good in my life today. Yeah. Gosh. This is really something, pile number one. This is a really, heavy read. I'm going to grab a couple more I want to give you some flower petals. Sprinkle a little bit of hope or encouragement here. Okay. This card on top here says waiting patiently. I'm called to pull it because of the double Four of Cups energy. Waiting patiently. Today I will wait patiently. If waiting is the action I need in order to take care of myself, I know that I'm taking positive, forceful action by waiting until the time is right. God, help me let go of my fear, urgency, and panic. Help me learn the art of waiting. Wow. Yes. This very well could be something that you have been sitting on for a while. Gladioli. Set boundaries well to ensure good growth. Lily. Good partnerships are made of equal amounts of positivity. Poppy. Remember who you wanted to be. Oh. Iris. Spread your creative wings and take flight. Okay. Pile number one, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this helped, okay? Take it as it resonates. I know there was a couple of, varying storylines that seem to kind of be variations on the theme, okay? But just know that I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of patience and grace, and I really hope that you do make it through this challenging time, because this looks quite challenging, but in the finish it looks like you get to a place where you know what to do and you act accordingly, with your actions and your intentions, okay? All right. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the Confetti Sunstone, then this is your reading. Okay. Let's get into it. So this is going to be a reading for the next 3 months. It's going to be March, April, and May. Excuse me. Okay. I'd like to invite Spirit in with so much grace and gratitude and respectfully request a message for pile number 2 in their greatest and highest good at this time. Please and thank you, Spirit. this up just a little so you can see the bottom card. All right. So, the reading is such that this represents you, which is the Hierophant. At the bottom of the deck energy, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so there could be something that you're working on at this time, and it may or may not be showing you kind of like the results that you want, but you are continuing to invest, okay? You're continuing to invest. And this could be an invitation to, you know, reevaluate your plan, go back to the drawing board a little bit, okay? So pile number 2, standing in the Hierophant energy, you're connected to spirit at this time, and I really feel like, you know, whatever it is that you're going to be moving forward in and whatever it is that you have been investing yourself in is definitely connected to your higher knowing, is definitely connected to, you know, your sense of personal values. Like this feels right to you, whatever it is. And you very well may have gotten some guidance from, you know, a mentor. Perhaps you are a mentor to other people. Excuse me. Or even a therapist, right? There's just something about your energy that you're like, I'm in alignment with my values. And that is what, you know, really is at the base and of my decision making. And, you know, in the month of March, with the Chariot, you are moving forward. So very powerful energy. I get the sense that you're not scared off by Seven of Pentacles energy. You just know that, you know, good things or things that seem impossible just take a little longer, right? So in the month of March, excuse me, you are moving forward completely. Very, very much in alignment with, you know, you're balancing out, you know, your dark sides and your light sides, right? Your higher knowing. You're really just steering this chariot on a forward moving trajectory. And then in April, oh my God, why am I yawning a bunch all of a sudden? Gosh. In the month of April, we have the Seven of Cups, okay? Which ultimately means confusion, which is quite interesting, given how strong you are in your sense of self and your sense of, you know, granting permission on your forward movement here. Granting yourself permission on your forward movement. But in April, there is some confusion that comes into play. There could also be other options that are presenting themselves to you that very well may make you second guess this initial investment, which could throw you for a loop a little bit because you're kind of like, wait a minute. This is totally connected to such a strong grounded place within you. And then in the month of May, there's the Three of Swords. So some definite heartbreak and sadness, but ultimately, given that you're very strong in your values, you know, that those values will help you heal. That's what you turn to in times of sadness and disappointment and heartbreak. So let's look at this. What is this? I'm intrigued, pile number 2. I am intrigued. Let's look at the Hierophant here, kind of get a little bit more information on your current situation, your present situation. That is the 5th or 6th time that I've yawned. I mean, I wonder if you're feeling tired, truthfully, because I was fine. Now all of a sudden I'm just like, excuse me. Maybe you've been investing yourself and investing yourself. Maybe you're giving yourself permission to not invest in this anymore because you're not seeing the fruits of your labor. Let's just continue. Go ahead and leave in the comments after this pile number 2 read how many times I yawned. Okay, to clarify the Hierophant, we have the Magician, the 3 of Wands, and the Strength. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, 8 of Wands, so there's some movement. So, okay, so this is what's coming through with regard to your present situation. We have the underlying energy at the outset of the 7 of Pentacles, which is always a pretty not overly challenging, but it's a challenging energy, because what it's saying is that you're investing in something, but yet it's really not paying off the way you would like to see. Okay? Now with the Hierophant, this is connected to a core sense of values, your higher knowing, and also a granting of permission. Okay? Then you have Magician, 3 of Wands, and Strength. You very well could be granting yourself permission to move forward and to continue to manifest here, or move forward and continue to manifest something else that is related, that is connected. Because with the Strength, that also calls into the sense of a interplay of higher knowing and base desire. But with the 3 of Wands, there is an energy of waiting for your ships to come in. So I get the sense that what this is about is that you are continuing to try to manifest this. The Magician, the Hierophant, and the Strength. That is a lot of determination. That is a lot of, I know that I am on the right path here, and even with the Chariot, like continuing with the vision. And then with the 3 of Wands, it's like this one thing just has to come through for this to really work. Okay, this is where you're at. This is the mindset. It's very determined, like super frickin' determined on this thing, whatever it is that you're investing in. And then thinking, well, it's just this one thing that's got to come through, you know. That's the energy. What is it that you're doing? What are you putting your energy into? Okay, what are you moving towards? The Fool, yep. Okay. Fool, Devil, Queen of Swords. Okay, well then this could say maybe you gave yourself permission to cut. Just like, it keeps kind of going back and forth in this reading. Like, I'm getting the sense you're really truly digging your heels in and investing, because this is totally connected to your core sense of self and like your core sense of values and la-di-da. But then it comes to the Chariot and you're like, brand new cycle. cutting it out. But then there's the Devil in the middle. So is the Devil the you talking yourself out of staying? Not staying, but continuing here with all this like super steadfast manifestation energy. 7 of Cups. What is this? I'm confused. But we do have double like forward movement energy with the Chariot and the Fool. Maybe you're giving yourself permission to cut it. I don't know. Let's just keep going. Month of April. It looks like maybe some new information was discovered with some communication in the middle here. Perhaps you could be getting communication that was also... Confusion sets in when messages that you're getting are influencing you. That are being revealed that maybe you didn't know before. With justice here, there's a sense of getting down to the bare bones of the issue through some communication. And with the 2 of Wands, there's maybe, because you go from the 3 of Wands to the 2 of Wands. Current situation suggests 3 of Wands, and then going back to the 2 of Wands. Reevaluating, perhaps. This is interesting. Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Reevaluating boundaries, making a different decision. Maybe some new truth was revealed, or you reevaluated and decided that a different, like, fairer choice, better judgment, reconsidered, better judgment. This is a weird reading. I feel like it just kind of keeps going back and forth. Weird. Okay, so for May, and then we have the 4 swords at the bottom of the deck in the finish. Fair enough. I'm tired too. No wonder. Okay. Okay, and then beneath that we have the King of Swords. Very decisive. Okay. Pardon me for the long pause. I'm just looking at this as a whole and like finding the story here. And I wonder if you've really been confused in this whole kind of coming from a confused energy. Okay, so basically what I'm seeing here is an investment in something to begin with, connected to what you definitely felt was strong determination, connected to your higher self, connected to spirit, feeling as though, you know, you've gotten permission, you're divinely guided in the whole shebang, but yet waiting on something. I feel like it's waiting for this for something to pay off, right? For some sort of reward to finally come through on what you had been investing in and really manifesting very strongly. You know, there could have been a part of you that was also feeling like you needed to hold back on something, hold back on some sort of like passionate like move. Like you had to hold back and like wait for something to deliver, wait for something to present itself. Because there was definitely a strong influence with regard to a spiritual component or like a superego kind of component to this. Okay? And then in this is the month of March right now, like, so moving towards something with all this determination, continuing to invest, having this new beginning, okay, really feeling like determined to strike forward in this new beginning. And then you run smack into some devil energy. So that could be fears, that could be some sort of like maybe some sort of toxicity came your way, or you encountered some sort of something on that path during this month, right? Whether you've encountered it yet or not, because we're still only in the very beginning of March. But, you know, something comes in that has this devil energy connected to it, and you meet it with the Queen of Swords. So that is some strong, you got strong intellect and strong moral code here that is driving you. So I feel like when you employ this Queen of Swords energy, you cut right through this fear. You cut right through this toxic energy, whatever it is, whatever kind of funky devil shows up on your path, okay? You cut through it. You're not here for the bullshit, right? You're cutting through the bullshit. And then in the month of April, some more options come in, like you're like kind of confused about the whole thing. So I get the sense that in a way to work through that and move through that confusion is to then reevaluate and say to yourself, okay, well, what is fair here? What's the fairest decision here? I need to talk this out. I need to communicate this. And so then you're kind of, well, maybe I need to reevaluate, take a step back and redecide, you know, choose, take it from the 3, thinking that something else needed to happen in order for this to be fruitful. Maybe I'm just needing to drop that expectation here and go back and choose, you know, because Act 2 is like active decision making. You're not in the waiting stance. You've backed it up to decide. And with it, I honestly don't know what it is this is about. I'm just really just reflecting the dynamics that are being presented in the cards here, okay, for you. But whatever it is that you decided to cut out, it was like rightfully so because of the justice here, and you communicating through that, through this confusion to try to work this out. And then in May, there's heartbreak, and then we have you in the 9 of Pentacles energy moving forward again. So this could have been, you know, in whatever endeavor you were trying to pursue, you came to find that it wasn't going to pull through, although you're still moving forward and you're feeling, you know, with this, you're sad for sure. It makes you sad that you had to cut something out. You came to discover something wasn't as it seemed, right? And you're like, okay, well, be that as it may, I know I'm still going to persevere, whether or not what I'm getting right now is there was such a determination and an attachment to a particular fruit, to a particular outcome, right? And then coming to find that wasn't that wasn't what was best for you. But yet, and that letting that expectation go was the part that is heartbreaking. Okay? Whatever it was, that whatever fruit you were trying to garner is what, and it didn't come through, and that's what was heartbreaking, and you had to reevaluate, cut some shit out, and go back to the drawing board here. And so then with this, in individual energy, still continue moving forward again, and not just moving forward in strong in yourself, having some heartbreak at the same time, because you're moving away from some drama, either physically or emotionally here, and definitely mentally. Like this is like coming to discover that what you really wanted didn't come through, but yet it's like being open to desire. There's this book called Open to Desire, Embracing a Lust for Life, right? And this reading appears to me to be that, and pardon me, I'm self-disclosure, I identify with as a Buddhist, and this lesson speaks to having gone through an attachment to a particular outcome. Well, this is going to be the thing. I'm going to invest, and then this particular thing, person or thing, is going to come through, right? Coming to find that it wasn't what it seemed to be, and that despite that, letting that idea go. And so this is, instead of being attached to the particular thing that was expected, it's backing it up and saying, okay, well, it's not going to be this thing that I thought it was. It's not going to be this thing that I thought I really wanted, that I was very much invested in having that be at the end of this drive, at the end of this pursuit. Okay? So it's not that. It's not the thing. This thing. And so grieving the loss of that expectation, right? Because that's where suffering comes from, is being attached to a particular, let's just say, for instance, like here's an example. Say whatever you were trying to manifest, pile number 2. And I need to feel more grounded here in this reading. So let's say pile number 2 that you really had your heart set on, building a business of some kind, right? And you were like, okay, this business is like completely tied to, my highest sense of self and la-di-da, and like I'm really like dedicated here. And I'm going to build my business in this particular neighborhood or this particular building, right? And then you come to discover you're trying to sign a contract or move toward it, and like the landlord is like, shady dealings, right? And then you're like, I've lost I'm not going to be able to sign that lease for that building that I wanted to work out of that particular building in that particular neighborhood. Okay. So it's not like you're not going to go into business. It's not like you're not going to pursue that dream or that goal. you're grieving the loss that you're not going to work out of that particular building, or you're grieving the loss that you're not going to, work in that neighborhood, but you're still going to pursue the business. You're still going to, you're still going to move forward with your dream of working and building your business. It's just not going to be in that place or out of that space that you really wanted. So it's like, instead of being so like gripping having that expectation, it's like grieving that loss, but you're still moving forward with that desire of having your business. You still a healthy want, still the drive, right? Spirituality, groundedness, still a very healthy expression of yourself, but it's just not going to be in this. It's just not going to look the way that you thought it was. That's what seems to be coming through here. And I don't know why, but I'm just gonna have to say it because it came up as I was talking, is like something about like bowling, or a bowling alley. I don't know why. It seems odd, but that's something that came through. Yeah, this was an interesting, this kind of a, yeah, I don't get, it's not like you're gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's like still whatever it is that you wanted to move towards is a very healthy drive, a very healthy want, a very healthy thing that you were pursuing, that is still very much connected to your higher self and your inner knowing and all of the things. It's just there was an idea that it was attached to something that you were waiting for, and that thing that you were waiting for did not come through, or is not going to be coming through. It's just not going to look the way that you thought it was going to look with regard to this manifestation. For some reason, like it just feels, it's odd. It's like it starts out very strong and very grounded, and it feels like that's even reflected in the dynamic of even this reading right now. Like, to get pretty meta about it, is like it's grounded in something, and then it just kind of gets vague in the middle here somehow, and then coming to find that there's just like some like there's like a letdown, there's a disappointment, but yet you still move forward very strongly. So that's why I'm getting this sense of like, despite the letdown, despite the disappointment, you still move forward as grounded as ever. Like this manifestation, this strength, this forward movement, this connection with spirit and everything is still, it's inextricable from you. So yes, there was a disappointment here, but it's not taking you out of the it's not taking the drive, it's not taking the wheels off your chariot. And the chariot is here twice, So that's definitely what I have for you for the tarot. I apologize for it being vague. It's definitely grounded in a dynamic here. I don't know what you were trying to get or pursue, but that's what's coming out in the cards. And in the finish, as you move forward, you take a rest. You definitely come away, and that's interesting in the finish that there was the Four of Swords, because like in the very beginning of this reading, I yawned probably like 9 times, but ultimately, in the end, it's like you're very clear. You learn. Something becomes even more clear to you. And I feel like this situation and this experience in the next 3 months just ends up making you more resolute and stronger. You know, there's something about it that makes you stronger in your own sense of self, in your own sense of groundedness. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some surrender cards for you, and then I want to, close out the reading here. But that's that. There you have it, pile 2. This one flew out. It says, surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So yeah, there's just definitely been a lot of focus, determination. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Very nice. And that's what I feel like is the invitation come May, for sure. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of these. Rejecting shame. Today I will learn to reject shame. Shame is an overwhelming sense that who I am isn't good enough. I realize that I am good enough and that my imperfections are part of being human. I let go of shame. Yeah. There could be definitely like a time, because this is a setback. There's a setback that happens. And that can definitely bring up feelings of like, oh, well, like being so strongly focused and attached to a particular outcome, and then coming to find that that outcome didn't come through. I get the sense that like that will definitely kick up feelings of shame on some level, right? And it's one of the, I get the sense that after May, and moving forward with regard to this situation, it will end up being a blessing in disguise. It will be a blessing in disguise, where then you'll look back on this and you'll be like, thank goodness I didn't get what I thought I wanted. Apologizing at the bottom of the deck here. Today I will try to be clear and healthy in my apologies, taking responsibility for my own actions and nobody else's. I will seek God's help in figuring out what I truly need to apologize for, and I will do so without reservation. Okay, that may apply or it may not, Let's go ahead and pull a couple of petals for you. That one wanted to fall out. Peony, prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. Yeah, setbacks happen. Daisy, believe and trust in happiness. So we have some invitations to play and to surrender to happiness, and to just kind of like not back off, but just kind of like loosen the grip a bit on this full-on focus around whatever it is that you're like so strongly trying to make happen here. So there's definitely a strong sense of like goal-oriented behavior, like this is the action, this is the manifestation, this is the determination. So, loosen the grip just a touch and really allow yourself to relax and play on some level. Okay, well, sending so much love and light to you. Pile number 2, I really hope that this reading helped on some level. My apologies for it not being completely grounded in any kind of like real like example, but you definitely know your story better than I do, and that's what I have for you, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for liking the video. I greatly appreciate, and comment below for sure if this resonated for you, because to be fair, I don't entirely know what the content was about, but the dynamics were definitely here. Okay, so much love. Thanks. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the Flourite Tower, then this is your reading. Okay. So this reading will look into the next 3 months, March, April, and May. We'll look at your current situation, like your current position, some underlying energies, and what the next 3 months have in store for you, basically. Okay. So I'd like to invite Spirit in at this time with so much gratitude and grace, and respectfully request a message for pile 3's greatest and highest good at this time. Please and thank you, Spirit. Nice. High Priestess. Yes. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, so you could be dealing with an earth sign. Perhaps you have that in your chart. Okay, pile number 3. So you are sitting in the High Priestess energy. You could be feeling a little secretive at this time, or just really trusting your intuition, okay? And that's a really good thing, because in the month of March, we have the 5 of Wands, so there could be some conflict inside of you or in a group on how to go about doing a thing, what action to take, okay? And in the month of April, we have the Queen of Wands, so I get the sense that you come out of this conflicted energy, or even come out of some conflict or drama feeling quite confident and self-assured and ready to move forward, okay? And then in the month of May, we have the Ace of Cups, so brand new beginning in love for you. Could be a renewal, could be a brand new person. It could also stand for, or it could also signify an overwhelming emotional experience as well. Okay, let us see what this energy is about. For the High Priestess, we have the Devil, the 5 of Wands again, and the 9 of Cups. Okay. So with this, when I see the Devil and the 9 of Cups in the same kind of group, I want to say that there could be an issue. Doesn't have to be, but there could be an issue with drinking, overindulgence with alcohol. There is a 5 of Wands in between that, so there could be like a battle of within the self around that issue. If that's not the case, what I do see here is your intuition is telling you that you were involved on some level with another person or with a group of people, that there is a dynamic where there can be fun times, but then there can also be drama, with the devil next to the Five of Wands. There could be a very unhealthy group dynamic, or this could be an unhealthy kind of inner struggle that you're experiencing at this time, with regard to maybe balancing that out with some kind of gregarious energy. Typically when the Nine of Cups shows up as well, that's us trying to get our groove back after having walked away from something. Okay, so you're having some intuition around this dynamic, whatever this is, with whoever it is with. Okay, so let's get some clarity on the Five of Wands for this month. This could even be a work situation with the King of Pentacles as the underlying energy. You could very well have a unhealthy dynamic with some colleagues or a boss of some kind, or you could even be the boss here. And you're trying to wrangle your team, maybe going about it by whipping out a charm offensive. Okay, let's see. Take it how it resonates. Okay, this month you're being invited to listen to your heart, okay? We have the King of Cups here and the Judgment and the Star. So, and that is tied to the Struggle card, which the Struggle card is also down here next to the Devil and the Nine of Cups. So this to me looks like your intuition is telling you that you need to heal something on a very deep level. And there is a sense of, once this is healed, like you know that the process around this is very much tied to your spirit, very much tied to your heart. You know, your heart and your emotions are affirming this intuitive hit, where it's like you just can't deny this anymore, that you know that there needs to be a very deep change inside of you, okay? And that there's a part of you that's like really struggling with being born again, coming up and out of some sort of situation, either internal or external, that you've been feeling trapped in for quite some time. But you know that this is going to lead to your healing here. And it's going to take a lot of emotional maturity to rise above this, whatever it is. And I do believe you have what it takes. You absolutely have what it takes. And this is really good with the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, it couldn't be spelled out any better. By April, you're really stepping into it. You're really stepping into your confidence, stepping into your power, stepping into your spirituality, and completely following all of your powerful parts of yourself in such a very strong way. Your heart, your intuition, your psyche, your spirituality, your gumption to make a change in your life is spelled out here. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Fool. You are working on yourself, and by ways in which you're doing that is connecting with spirit, connecting with your guides, connecting with a therapist or a mentor, really taking it back to your base values. You're connecting so strongly with your heart and your values in the month of April. And you're on your way there with the Fool. This intention that you have of starting anew and really harnessing your healing journey is very much ahead of you. This is forward movement. You are leaving something behind. You're leaving behind the drama. You know this in your heart of hearts that this is the best thing to do. Okay. In May, we have the Ace of Cups, clarified by the King, excuse me, clarified by the Queen of Swords, the World, and the Justice. You very well, this could be true for some of you, but probably not all of you. You could be going through a divorce. Like I said in the beginning of the reading, this could not only signify a brand new beginning in love, it could also signify an overwhelming emotional experience. And we have the Queen of Swords, the World, and the Justice. Wrapping up a cycle, quite possibly being in the legal, in actual court. And the Queen of Swords can commonly represent a divorcee. That's totally what I'm seeing here. You're trusting all the parts of yourself to rise up and heal and to start fresh. Yeah, it doesn't get quite any clearer than this. The bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups, being dissatisfied. The Four of Wands, with the current sense of stability. Could have been some waiting, hangman energy. Trying to gain a new perspective. Taking your time on this because this has been very stressful with the Nine of Swords. But you know that ultimately happier days are ahead. Yep. Happier days are ahead. So this is pretty, it seems pretty straightforward. That's the story that I'm getting, pile number 3. So let me pull you some oracle cards. I will say this. The Devil, the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Four of Wands, all also popped out in pile 1's reading, so you may want to look at that. And maybe even Queen of Swords as well. Okay, surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard through the universe, and answers and support will arrive. Very good. Trusting God. Interesting. Got double the, you know, you could very well be a highly spiritual person, and that with the Hierophant here, you know, using all your foundation, your spirituality to move forward. This is really beautiful, pile number 3. This is really just so cohesive. Today I will ask my higher power to send me his best, and I will trust that all that is good will come to me. I will remember that sometimes we don't get what we want because God has something infinitely better in store for us. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let me pull you a couple of petal cards. Dahlia, you have what it takes. You absolutely have what it takes to heal. You have, and that's what I said earlier. That's what I said earlier. I said, what I'm seeing here is I believe you have what it takes. You have what it takes. Oh my goodness. Sweet pea, the comfort of good company heals old hurts. Good, that's right. Get your friends around you. Get your friends around you, pile number 3. Carnation, keep going, keep growing, be unstoppable. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Okay, pile 3, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this helped. Go ahead and leave a comment and like the video and let me know if this resonated and how it resonated for you, and I will see you next time. Okay, sending all kinds of love your way. Bye.